Rebekah's blessing, Jacob and Esau, the birthright battle of her seed. In part 1, we watched Rebekah step into the crisis moment inside Isaac's tent, the moment where her discernment kept the covenant from being handed to the wrong son. But that moment didn't appear out of nowhere. It was the climax of a conflict that began long before Isaac ever called Esau in from the field. To understand why Rebekah acted with such urgency, we have to go back to the beginning, to the war inside her womb, to the prophecy God entrusted to her alone, and to the moment Esau legally surrendered the birthright he was never meant to keep. If the blessing seen in Isaac's tent was the rescue, this is the origin story. This is where the covenant battle truly begins. Disclaimer: for believers ready to grow beyond the shallow and walk in real understanding, welcome. What I teach here isn't opinion, it's scripture, rooted in Hebrew and Greek word studies. Most people trust the delivery long before they test the content, but here, the content comes first. This is biblical truth without fluff, and real truth transforms. If you're hungry for that kind of teaching, go ahead and subscribe now so you don't miss the rest of this series. Rebekah didn't suddenly become a covenant protector in Genesis 27. She had been carrying a divine revelation since the day the twins struggled within her. God told her who the true heir was long before either boy took his first breath, and as the years unfolded, she watched that prophecy take shape, not in visions or dreams, but in the character of her sons. Esau grew into a man driven by appetite. Jacob grew into a man shaped by covenant life, and when the moment came, Esau confirmed God's decree with his own mouth, swearing an oath and selling the birthright for a bowl of stew. Before we can understand the blessing, we must understand the birthright. Before we can understand Rebekah's intervention, we must understand the oracle she carried. In this video, we return to the womb, the prophecy, and the first legal transfer of covenant authority. Section 1. The Oracle to Rebekah. Genesis 25 tells us that the children struggled together within Rebekah. The Hebrew verb used there carries the sense of violent pressure and collision, more like two opposing forces slamming into each other than two babies stretching. This was not gentle movement, it was war. The struggle was so intense that Rebekah cries out, "If it be so, why am I thus?" Her body has become the battlefield for a spiritual conflict she does not yet understand. Here's the part almost every sermon skips. Rebekah goes directly to God for interpretation. She does not run to Isaac or seek human wisdom. She inquires of the Lord, and God answers her personally. Two nations are in your womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from your bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. God doesn't say you are having twins. He interprets the pregnancy as destiny, two distinct peoples, two orientations, two seeds in line of Genesis 3:15. The older will serve the younger. That sentence is the key to everything that happens next, and it is why Rebekah cannot treat her sons the same. Section 2. Jacob's name and Rebekah's recognition. If Jacob's name doesn't mean deceiver, then the entire moral framing of this story collapses, and that is exactly what the Hebrew shows us. Jacob means heel catcher, the one who takes hold and steps into the place of another. The verb in Genesis 25:26, akaz, means to seize, to grasp, to take hold, often with the sense of holding in possession. This aligns with the covenant verb yarash, to occupy by driving out previous tenants and possessing in their place. This is God tagging the covenant heir. Scripture never records Isaac hearing this oracle. Rebekah alone carries this revelation for decades, watching her sons grow and make choices through the lens of God's decree. The elder shall serve the younger. Her actions are not driven by emotion or favoritism. She is guarding a word from heaven and stewarding the destiny God entrusted to her. If this already cuts across what you've heard in church all your life, hit the like button. So this kind of scripture first, no fluff teaching has a chance to confront some of that in the algorithm. Section 3. Esau, red and hairy, the flesh. Esau emerges first, and the text immediately draws our attention to his appearance, red and covered in hair, like a garment. This is not a casual detail. In Hebrew narrative, physical description is rare and always meaningful. Red, Admoni connects Esau to Adamah, the ground, the earth, the realm of appetite and impulse. His hairiness evokes the wildness of the field, the untamed, the instinctual. Esau is marked from birth as a man of the flesh, driven by appetite, immediacy, and physicality. He becomes a man of the field, a hunter, a man who lives by instinct and reaction. There is nothing sinful about hunting, but the text is painting a picture. Esau is oriented outward toward the physical world, toward appetite and immediacy. All of this is setting us up for one explosive moment, the day he sells everything for one meal. Section 4. Jacob, the perfect man. Jacob is described as a plain man, but the Hebrew word is tam, meaning complete, whole, mature, morally sound. This is the same word used to describe Job, a perfect and upright man. Jacob is not a trickster by nature. He is a covenant-minded man, oriented toward the things of God. He dwells in tents, the environment of covenant life, marked by worship and remembrance. This is not passivity, it is priestly posture. Jacob's desire for the birthright is not greed, it is alignment. He values what Esau despises and sees the weight of covenant responsibility. Jacob isn't a natural born scammer, he's a priest in training. Jacob is not stealing anything, he is stepping into what God already decreed. Section 5. The Birthright Sale. This is the scene that has been misread in Sunday schools and pulpits for generations. The text does not say Esau was dying. It says he was faint, tired, hungry, impulsive. Esau demands immediate satisfaction. Feed me now. Jacob's request, sell me your birthright, is not exploitation. It is a test, a covenant test. And Esau fails instantly. He swears an oath, legally binding, and sells the birthright. The narrator concludes, thus Esau despised his birthright. This is not Jacob's sin. This is Esau's disqualification. Jacob is not stealing. Esau is surrendering. Rebekah is not manipulating. She is stewarding prophecy. Everything that happens later in Isaac's tent is the outworking of this moment, the legal transfer of covenant authority. If you miss that, you will misjudge everything Rebekah does later. Conclusion. The story of Jacob and Esau is not a tale of deception, favoritism, or family dysfunction. It is the unfolding of a divine decree spoken to Rebekah before the boys were born. Esau embodies appetite. Jacob embodies covenant. Rebekah embodies revelation. The war in the womb was the first sign of a spiritual divide that would shape nations, destinies, and the lineage of Messiah. When we read the story through Rebekah's oracle, the only divine interpretation in the entire narrative, everything changes. Jacob is not a thief. Rebekah is not a manipulator. God is not blessing deception. He is enforcing his own word. The elder shall serve the younger, and the covenant will rest on the one who values it. If this helped you see Jacob, Esau, and Rebekah differently, make sure you're subscribed and share this with someone who still thinks God blessed deception here. In the next part, we will watch how God enforces this decree inside Isaac's tent, even when Isaac himself resists it. So as soon as that thumbnail pops up, click through and keep going.